Okay, let me introduce you Jean-Michel Hufflen from University of Franche-Comté in the east of France. He's a research fellow in software engineering with a deep interest in XML, in LaTeX, of course, and bibliographies. He's the author of re-implementation of BibTeX, and I guess that today, Jean-Michel, you will push again the limits of bibliographies. So the screen is yours, and we are listening.
Okay, the goal of this presentation is to express some idea about bibliographies. These last years, many progress have been made about bibliographies with LaTeX. BibTeX has been replaced by other tools, mainly by Biber and the BibLaTeX package. And I would like to express an original view about the present state of these tools. I will signal some important points for me. Maybe you remember that some years ago, I proposed myself a new implementation of BibTeX. I will give some news about that at the end of this presentation. So in fact, the basic idea of this view is, for example, a text processor runs a computer. That is, this is a program, but end users of these programs do not directly perceive what is done. That is, they don't know, they don't see the successive statements of this program. For example, if you consider an interactive processor such as Microsoft Word, it is customizable. You can change some setting, but the graphical interface just offers you the result. And the customization is possible mainly by interactive menus. If you consider LaTeX, there is a kind of programming more present. You perceive the process as a compiler process, that is, a source file is transformed, is arranged into a printable or displayable file. Customization is possible too, but by means of a programming language. An interesting question could be, can a text, a source file processed by LaTeX, take advantage of programming features? For example, answer that some words are capitalized, or put in lowercase or uppercase. That is, some calculations performed on some parts of this text. For this example, that's okay. In fact, these features, capitalization, etc., are very easily programmable with the language of TeX. In theory, the language of TeX has the power of a Turing machine. So you should be able to express what is computable. In practice, that is quite different. Try to program a sort procedure using the command of TeX. That's worthwhile. For example, a counter example, sort an array of numerical data before formatting it is tedious. So by this example, I would express that the power of a programming language is given to a LaTeX user, but in practice, quite limited. In fact, now this problem is solved because of Lua. That is, LuaTeX allows its user to use both programming features and formatting features. For example, here. If we consider a tool building a bibliography for a LaTeX document, what this tool has to do? First, searching bibliography database is containing resources, extract them. Very often, this bibliography should be sorted, and each resource should be formatted in a reference process LaTeX will process. So, in fact, the 3 steps were often done by BibTeX. Now, it's quite different. That is, the BibLaTeX package for people using it allows LaTeX to format each reference because the result is marked up by LaTeX command. In fact, a quite equivalent approach is used in context with the bibliographic module. So the first 2 steps can be done by BibTeX, and now Biber is preferred because it's more in synchronization with BibLaTeX. What is about programming features with BibTeX? Let us recall that BibTeX remains used. For example, some conference submission tools only accept BibTeX and no other tools that such as Biber. BibTeX has a language for bibliography styles which is old-fashioned, but this language expresses algorithm. That is, we have almost the expressive power of a programming language. Almost, because BibTeX cannot deal with numeric sort. The only way to sort in BibTeX is to define a sort key which is always a string. BibTeX only performs lexicographic sorts. So my point of view is okay for the availability of a programming language, but not powerful enough. So, for example, for sorting, that is clear. BibTeX is very limited. In BibLaTeX, this step is performed not by the tools of written using text language, but by the tools, for example, Biber. But in BibLaTeX allow many specific files for sorting. For example, sort title if the title information should be used for sorting. But we don't have really an access to a general sort procedures. Bibliothèque also sorts lexicographically. Many schemes are predefined. You can browse the section of the manual about, for example, sort by year, title, name, arrange as you like it. But that's very strange. There is no way to use month information for sorting in bibliothèque tools. Difficult case can be addressed if you are able to use declare sorting template command. That's a worthwhile exercise. In fact, I think that in practice, that is the last key, sort key, which allows end users to get familiar with some complicated situations. In practice, what is such a complicated situations? Some years ago, I was in charge to prepare the bibliography reference of the publication of my institution. I had to sort this big list, first with respect to research teams, second using names of peoples, and three, year and month, year being in reverse chronological order. That is possible to express in bibliothèque, but very, very, very complicated. So I think that is access to programming tools with bibliothèque is better than in BibTeX, but not really complete. That is strange. Bibliothèque uses type information. For example, year is a year of the Gregorian calendar. But this information cannot be used to numerical sort. That's very strange. There's some kind of incomplete view from my position. Another point is very strange for an advanced tool. For example, if you have several authors or editor, or what is used to sorting references, bibliothèque has a maximum number of names it can use for sorting. You can not define a sort procedure able to deal with any number of authors. In the text, that was worst. But he also was quite disappointed by bibliothèque. As customizable, but not really unbound with respect to several authors or editors. Another point is illustrates, from my point of view, the need for accessing a real programming language. I don't explain in author style just for alpha styles, but in fact, suffixes are added in case of ambiguity, that is, author and year are not sufficient. For example, Two references in the year 1964, so labeled by A or B. You can do that with BibTeX, with Bibliothèque. That is quite accepted. There is another way to process. I confess you can find in very old books, but it is possible. You can use only the year for the first reference and add an extra label after. The second way, you cannot generate it with Bibliothèque. In BibTeX, very, very difficult. Or, if you are able to program, that should be very easy to choose between these two parts of an alternative. For example, a good example of good connection with bibliography and programming are given by the bibliographic module of context. That is, the format of references as they are parsed is known, and you can attack it with the programming features of the Lua language. That was the same with MLBibTeX, programmed in Scheme, and the next version, that is 1.4, will deal with encodings. About this subject, I mainly demonstrated the version 1.3 some years ago, and some people used it, and the file is no longer available. That's because the repository of my institution has been moved. Some parts have been discarded. Version 1.3 is still working, but in practice, the problem is not compliant with Unicode UTF-8. That is, at this time, it was designed for encoding Latin 1 or Latin 2. So, 3 years ago, I announced a new version. Good news, I personally escaped COVID-19, but I have an additional amount of work. For example, translate all my lectures in video conference, and I skip the other details. So that's why my work on MLBibTeX 1.4 has been slowed down these 2 last years. In fact, the only lacking part is to install it. That is, the program is ready, but I have to decide about installation procedure. I hope to do that at the end of this year, that is to be ready in the winter, if I hope to be able to do that. In fact, I summarize what can be provided by MLBibTeX. The same that for the bibliography module of context. That is an open format for bibliographies. That is, clear specification, so a program can deal for arranging this resource into references. That can be done in a scheme or in tools related to XML. A better interface with scheme for some important procedure. For example, if you are able to write a sort procedure in scheme, you could use it to sort your bibliography. For example, as another example, if you are able to write a program generating disambiguation labels, you can use it to generate your own labels. The same if you use an author.dat system or author number system. And which may be of interest for bibliothèque users, compatibility for some additional fields. I explain. If you use bibliothèque, you know that you can use year or month fields, but now it's preferred to use a date field. Okay, some additional fields are interesting, but if you have to revert to old BibTeX, for example, because of a submission tool for a conference, in practice, you cannot use the additional fields. But in MLBibTeX, they are recognized. That is, if you use a date field, it will be automatically converted into year, month, and other information. The same for some additional fields like issue or editor A, editor B. So that is, you can use some BibTeX style, but with the file of MLB of bibliothèque. Maybe you noticed that in previous demonstrations. The difference between BibTeX and Viber and MLBibTeX, BibTeX and Viber are quite permissive when they parse bib files. Some error can occur when the formatting holds. That is quite different in MLBibTeX. That is, it's not as permissive. For example, if you specify a year field, which is not a number, you got an error. If you specify an author field, not format in 4 parts of names separated by the keyword and, the process stops. I recognize that it's difficult for people, but that for me, it's like a kind of compilations. If you compile a program and you got errors, you must correct, you must fix them, but you can think that some errors have been detected. That's the same for MLBibTeX. The type checking is stronger than in BibTeX and Viber, but it allows you to use more powerful procedures. In fact, what is planned is MLBibTeX analogous to BibTeX, but as I explained, with some additional fields recognized. MLBibTeX is analogous to Byber in the sense that it generates files suitable for the bibliothèque package. Analogous to Byber, but not identical. That is, you can use some your own procedure in Scheme or some predefined to sort. That is, you have the power, full power, expressive power of the tool. The problem is sometimes the interface lines may be long. We will see. So, in fact, from a philosophical point of view, I prefer this view. I'm a programmer, and for example, I'm frustrated if I cannot use a tools with my knowledge of programming. For example, I enormously appreciate a tool like Emacs. Emacs, you can use it as an end user, and you can add some your function. You can customize it. That is, it is an open system. And personally, my ambition is to make ML BibTeX something comparable with Emacs. When the first version has been diffused, some people told me that ML BibTeX was a wild animal, only recognizing its master. That was true. That was true. I recognize that it was difficult for beginners to use ML BibTeX. I try to fix that for the new version. We will see. The only thing I can see now is the new version should recognize any master, provided it expresses its his order in Scheme. Thank you for your attention, and be ready for the new version. In the printed version of this article, I will more develop some points more in about impossibilities of programming in 1 week.
We lost your sound, Jean-Michel. We missed the last few sentences, I think. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought something was muted. Thank you a lot for your nice talk and your project. You pointed out a lot of problems with existing tools. And I must admit, the first time I heard one of your talks, it was about sorting the production of your lab for the evaluation agency, and I was really impressed by what you did. It's nice to see the progress. Are there any questions? please feel free to raise the hand or ask question in the chat or take the mic. I have a few questions. So you chose ML BibTeX not to be a drop-in replacement of BibTeX. So you're changing the format of the files.
What you mean by format?
You cannot just reuse your bib files and run ML BibTeX instead of BibTeX. You have to change the format.
Yes. Yes, in fact, about format, you have two solutions. You can run a bibliography style file of BibTeX, and you can run some direct file that is completely written in Scheme. As an example of a direct style, MLBib LaTeX is completely written in Scheme. It uses the convention of a bib file, but it's completely different.
I'm quite curious about the format you chose, because you spoke also about description language based on XML. XML is not really popular among LaTeX users because we prefer the expressiveness of LaTeX. And personally, I think that XML is a very good tool to have computers communicate between each other, but not for humans.
Can you repeat? Because I bad internet connection. I miss the end.
Yes, because regarding the format you chose, I'm quite curious about what it looks like. Because you spoke about language based on XML. And XML is not really popular among LaTeX users.
Yes.
Most of us prefer the expressiveness of LaTeX and consider that XML is just a way for computers to communicate between each other.
In fact, the reference to XML is because the result of parsing a bib file can be viewed as an XML file. In fact, there is a scheme representation of this structure, but this is exactly one-to-one correspondence. That is, that's the SXML format, but you have the same kind of information as in XML file. For example, namespace, attribute, element, exactly the same.
Okay.
So, for example, I can parse an XML file. I got the XML representation. In the other sense, I can generate XML file that is exactly one-to-one correspondence.
Okay, so that's easy to write a converter.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a question from Ulrike in the chat. Can you read it? Do you want me to read it? Or Ulrike, you can also take your mic.
I wanted to know if ME BibTeX can start Unicode and different language rules. Did you hear me?
Badly. I'm looking about.
It's in the chat, Jean-Michel, if you can
Yes,
access
chat,
it.
yes.
I can
But-
see you're struggling with all your
Yes.
windows as everyone. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, and chat. Okay. Okay. Can MLB text sort Unicode and according different language rules? Yes. That is about all European languages, some Asian languages, and printing was not popular with owner of manuscript libraries. What do you mean?
That's a comment, that's a discussion about the comparison between LaTeX and XML.
Right. I'm the owner of the Alpha Persian style in BibTeX. Can I have, okay. So I think it's all. May I still other questions, preferably by conversation, because the internet connection here is bad. I'm located presently in the south of France.
You're on holidays.
Advantage, I'm quite close to the sea. Drawback, internet is not what is anywhere else. JSON has beaten LaTeX in many situations. JSON with, I mean, you see JSON versus XML. I disagree because, from my point of view, JSON is preferable for small size applications, but a bibliography is not a small size application. You have to manage many informations. You have to use many attributes for annotating some kind of information. In JSON, you can do that, but from my point of view, less naturally.
We still have a few minutes for questions if you want, so do not hesitate. At the beginning of your talk, you spoke about the advantages of Lua.
For me?
Yeah, at the beginning of your talk, you spoke about the advantages of Lua. Of course, it's a thing, but is it usable from MLBibTeX?
It could be usable, but from my point of view, it's not. I'm not really interesting. I explain. I recognize that a good version of a bibliographic module has been done using Lua for context. But I think that a functional programming language is better for a bibliography generation. Because in a functional programming language, you can use a function as argument or results. A bibliography style is exactly the same. That is, you have data, that is resources, the specification of a book, the specification of an article in a journal, that is, you have the data, and what is abstracted is the processing, that is, function and arguments. And MLBTech has been written using this paradigm. So mix a functional programming language and an object-oriented language where only callbacks can simulate a function in the argument. Why not? But honestly, to be honest, that's not my priority.
It's too dirty for you. Okay. Thank you very much, Jean-Michel, for your nice talk. I'm eager to see MLBTech and to have a look at all the work you did.
You.